It's the Panthers and the 49ers, and it comes your way next.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the San Francisco 49ers. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say, those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. That catch good for 5. It's third down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw on second and 10, Lance. He finds Robinson. 5 yards, now it's third and 5. From the gun, it's Lance. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Robinson. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon. Shoves him aside. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now a run with Sermon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6. Now a handoff. Sermon And he gets it down to the 32. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and 2. The running left is Sermon. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working. His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there?
Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So for Kyle Shanahan, he had it right, as the challenge is a good one. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. And Lance now to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
It's a big one now.
It's a big loss of 5 there on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and goal. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they?
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dee Ford. The offensive line is in tatters, as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Gold is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Here's Smith to return it. And no chance to get away, as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
King to throw on 2nd down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Looking to throw. King. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's the Panthers punter now. as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded at about the 28. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, it's Lance. And this is going to be incomplete. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Here's Smith to return it. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Oh, he shifts past him, and he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Here's King looking to throw on 2nd down. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and sneak it here. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. King. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Back to throw. King. There's Trimble, the tight end. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. They'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
To throw is King on 1st and 10. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to throw. King. Hard throw. Incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Shotgun now for Lance. Forced out to his left. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Throwing now is Lance. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So a change of possession here on the punt. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation. That's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. So a couple of field... No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick, please? Thank you. All right, let's go. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Lance, a give now to Sermon. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. Here's Lance to throw it. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Here we go. Let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Lance. He'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 2nd down, it's Sermon. Sermon with space, a first down, and then some. And down to the 16-yard line. 68 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And back to Sermon on 1st down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Sermon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. They'll try and throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go play action here on first down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Off the play fake. King firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And they're going to speed things up here. This is McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Off play action. King. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. King gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now King to throw on 2nd down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
King now on 3rd down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Off the play fake. King. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Tommy Tremble. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Lance looking to throw it. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Carlson now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Sermon. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Throwing to start the drive. King. He finds his man. Complete. It's Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back now here in Santa Clara. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one.
And that'll make it third down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
To throw, it's Lance.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
That's returnable now for Smith.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
King looking to throw on second down.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tartt.
And the 49ers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here to Aiyuk.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Working from the gun, Lance. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
And Lance going to throw.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Now Lance. They'll find Aiyuk open right side.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And Gold is able to put it through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Here's King on first down.
And, he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the 2nd person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, 2nd drive, not much better. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Not much there, only a yard. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. King. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Christian McCaffrey.
His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They go quickly here out to Moore. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Again, he finds more. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey.
With touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Panthers look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. So Lance and the Niners down by 11, a minute 44 to go. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Throwing is Lance on third down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. The kick by Gold is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So we're back to a one-score game, and now you figure we'll likely see an onside kick.
Yeah, they've only got the one timeout remaining, so I think they've got to take a chance of getting the ball back.
And the Panthers are going to recover here, and that should be enough to get them the victory. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home.